So when you prepare a paper to present scientific results, the most important thing to do is to make everything really clear so that somebody can understand what you did and why you did it without having to read your paper. Because scientists are busy and they're trying to optimize their time, so maybe they see a paper that's important and on their subject, but they won't actually read it. They'll just flip through it really quickly and look at all the pictures and that kind of stuff. And so it's really important to prepare your scientific results so that they can be understood even when nobody reads the paper. So you need to come up with really clear graphs, and I like to use what I call cartoons or schematic drawings that kind of illustrate an idea in pictures in a way that could be understood not only by somebody who knows a lot of science, but even somebody that doesn't know a lot about science, because the more people know and understand your ideas, the more likely they are to use your ideas, which is ultimately the goal of science, is to produce knowledge that then helps other people. One example of one of these schematics that I used to illustrate a complicated concept in graphical form was in this paper that showed the mechanism of corrosion of metals in wood. And so this is complicated. It took a long time to figure out, but it involves the transport of copper ions in the wood to the metal surface. And then there's a chemical reaction that happens on the surface that oxidizes the metal and causes it to go into solution, and the copper is reduced at the metal surface. At the metal surface, there's an electron transfer reaction. So the copper is an ion that has a state of 2+, and as it goes to the metal surface, it sucks electrons off the iron, the steel fastener, and then that steel fastener then becomes an ion that's floating around in the wood or in the water near the wood, and the copper then is reduced to copper metal. Instead of explaining all this in a paragraph that would be in really tiny font and people might not read, I had this picture that captured this idea of copper ions moving towards the fastener and iron ions moving away, and this is all happening in this fastener in this block of wood. And even though the cartoon isn't an actual architectural drawing to scale or anything, and it's not exactly how things look, it conveys the idea in a way that would take a lot of text to convey. And I wrote about it too in the paper, but my thought is that people can relate much more to this drawing than they can to my words.
Visit the Natural Enquirer website for more information.